Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
Welcome, Relax Radio listeners. I'm your host, Dan Reardon, with co-host Dr. Krishna Bhatta, and our co-host is the founder of the Relax.org app. Say hello, Dr. K.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Relax Radio. And we have wonderful guest, Marina Geromin, here. And Marina,
everyone.
One thing. Yeah. Martina, do you want to say something about yourself before we proceed?
Well, what can I say about myself? Yes, my name is Marina Geromin, and I'm the co-founder and designer of School Beyond Limitations. I'm sitting in Zurich, in Switzerland, so I'm connected with wonderful people over there in California and in the U.S., right, and in Maine, if I'm not mistaken. So it's all about connections all over the globe, isn't it? So yes, and I'm very passionate about education, I would say. I'm also a mother of a grown-up child, and yes, and my life is really dedicated to all matters in education.
Yeah, Martina, when I got... sorry.
So, I didn't mean to cut you off, but before you get on, Dan, I had one fascinating question to Martina. I come from an education family. My father was principal in a college, and my uncles were professors. So I understand this education, passion for education. But tell us your story. I found it fascinating. I want our listeners to hear. How did you get into this school, beyond thing?
Well, as a child, when I was 5 years old already, I had a dream, and it was very interesting to me because I went to kindergarten, and I had this dream that I would sooner or later have my own school, but first I would go through formal education. I would become a teacher, and afterwards I would become also principal and head of school, and all that actually happened. And in all the different systems, as I said before, I went through formal education. I studied. I did a doctorate in pedagogy, and then also went for further studies in giftedness and in coaching, and then also in higher education management. And there was always, in all my roles that I undertook as a teacher, and then later as a principal of schools, and also as a lecturer at university level, and as a researcher, there was always clarity that something was missing in all the systems I used to work. And I dreamt of a school where each single individual would really be seen for the uniqueness they bring along, and where there was space for lots of different aspects, not only the academics, although I love academics as well, but it's about, the whole human being. And that's where I finally ended up designing. I met actually my partner in this, who is an entrepreneur and who was actually looking for an education for her children because she's an online entrepreneur, and she was looking for something that would allow her to travel the world by not being, concerned about moving from one school context to another. And she approached me and she said, would it be possible to actually found or organize an online school? And initially I was thinking, is it possible to do what I hold in my mind online? And and so by giving it a huge and a very intense thought, it came all about. And that's where we are now. And we've been now for, it's now our second year of School Beyond Limitations officially. Before we went through a pilot period of about 6 months, which was really very, very successful, and that's why we then undertook this journey, and with just a few students initially, and now we are growing and growing, and this is wonderful because it's wonderful to see what education can really achieve, in quotation marks, when the whole human being is seen and is also nurtured, and not just the mental and intellectual aspect of it. So that's my story.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story, and a couple of the things that really struck me when I first got introduced with you was this concept of learning on the basis of what is possible, and the concept of seeing the student as a whole. It sounds simple, but I'd love to have you give us a bit more about how do you actually do that in the process of your school, and seeing the student as a soul and total being, and then helping them see what is really possible.
Well, first of all, we actually create every day space for all the different aspects of a human being, right? So it's the nurturing of the spiritual aspect, it's the nurturing of the physical aspect, and also of the intellectual and mental aspect. So what does it mean? We introduce, of course, a lot of strategies that are based on mindfulness, on emotional intelligence, on meditation, on yoga. We also introduce lots of exercises related to, the human, the body. We also introduce exercises such as, great habits, great and efficient and effective habits such as journaling and reflecting. And then we allow students, so to say, to work through their experiences by bringing their own interests into life. So the students actually are seen as knowing beings, and not as somebody who has to be filled with the notions and information, right? They are already seen as knowing beings, and can, so to say, pursue their interests, because on top of what we are doing on a daily basis, we look at their personality very intensively. We also use a number of different strategies, such as also human design, that allows us to see who is the person we deal with. So we create very small classes. Our classes are very small, and that means that we can really cater for this individuality, for this personalized approach. And at the same time, we nurture also the aspect of the human being embedded in a bigger whole, in a bigger picture, in a group, in a society, so that they understand that they are, let's say, they can make conscious choices for themselves, but those choices, they have an impact also on their surroundings, on where they, so to say, where they where they are living, and that they can contribute to the growth of themselves and others.
So, Marina, what age group do you have?
We actually have age group we started with secondary school 2 years ago, starting at the age of 10-ish, up to 18. And this year we have also introduced primary school. So actually we cover from the age of 4 up to the age of 18, more or less now. And the earlier we start with this, and it's fascinating because we have just started 2 months ago with primary school, and it's just extremely rewarding, and also fascinating to see what the feedback of the parents is also. I mean, we see that the children are extremely, happy with, and they enjoy every single minute at school, and also their parents. One of the parents, I just had a conversation with one of our parents today, and she said, Martina, you have no idea how grateful I am that I found you, because there were people, my son, she said, is only 5 years, but many people always said there's something wrong with your son, and he became more and more, withdrawn from the world around him, and he became also sad already at that age, imagine. And now she said he's just opening up again, and he has found and rediscovered the joy for learning, because he feels to be seen. He senses this, that he's seen for who he is. He doesn't have to, adapt to something other people expect from him, right? And isn't this beautiful when you see that a mother tells you, I see my 5-year-old child being happy again, being joyful again, and he gets up in the morning, can't wait for school to start, right? And that happens also in secondary school so often, that children just, and teenagers just turn around while they have been depressed maybe before in their traditional school systems, and they may have been undergone bullying and this kind of experiences. They just flourish again and open up again and find their essence again, and they say, oh, I discovered so many new interests, and I didn't even, I knew that I had them when I was a child, but now I rediscovered them, and they start to just to initiate so many new things, right? And this is so, it's so fascinating to see that.
Yeah. Another area that I was really excited about learning that you guys did was this focusing on entrepreneurship and getting kids to really take on a passion of theirs. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about what you guys do and what you've seen happening in that area with your global reach and collaboration and all the things I've heard you talk about.
Yes, well, first of all, we say, everyone is a conscious leader of him and herself. And secondly, if there is an idea, let's see what else is possible out of that idea. And that's already a kind of entrepreneurial thinking, right? So what can we create? Do we have to wait until school is over before we start creating something, or can we put something already into place right now? And this is what's happening when we have students. We do have students who came to us and to me and said we would like to create a company. One student in particular, he wanted to create a fashion company. And of course, it was just this one student, but then by talking to other students became very, very interested in that as well. so what did we facilitate? We facilitated now a number of students become a group of young entrepreneurs that are coached and who get coached by us and by entrepreneurs, so that they can bring their company into life, right? And we have other students again who already are very keen in trading. For instance, we have a 15-year-old student who is very, very skilled in trading and has started to do that, and he's very successful with that. It's not for everyone, but for him, yes. And we have other students who are just into one student. She's into breeding, dogs, and she has now created a website on that. And so we just look for what else is possible, and how can we serve them, not only our the small field, but also the bigger picture. So this is what we are doing. We always facilitate, so to say, steps that take students into any possible enterprise, and they also realize that they already at their age can generate money, that that's also part of life. And so to say, their learning at school is related to their learning in life.
Yeah, that's really powerful, and it goes along with something I had read in one of your blog posts, but it really hit me when the statement was, well-being is the key to unlocking your child's full potential. And what hit me about it was, it's the thing that for all of us, as adults, this concept of well-being and really taking the management, everyone is the conscious leader of themselves kind of concept. And us here at the Relax.org company, it's the same focus and trying to get adults to reprogram that mindset at the later stages is a challenge, to really be focusing on the well-being is the key. So I just love that you guys are centered on that for the early part of a person's journey, because the earlier you can bake in that mindset, the better they're going to be.
Absolutely, exactly. It's how can you give your best if you don't feel nurtured and appreciated? It's really about, first of all, acknowledging and appreciating who you are, right? And once you appreciate who you are, you also appreciate the other. And then there is a foundation to start from, because whenever I feel trusted, whenever I feel that I'm enough, so to say, and with being enough, I can do so much more. I'm a wonderful being. Then I find out that within myself there is a why, and this why wants to be extrapolated. And when I extrapolate a why, and I have a clear why, like Simon Sinek says, when there is a clear why, and we do all have a clear why, then we just embrace life, and we bring this positivity into life, because we want to create and we want to give. It's not only about, it's a giving and the receiving, so to say. And this is what, as you rightly said just right now, Dan, it's really about anticipating this process instead of reprogramming later. If we just stay within ourselves and allow an environment or create an environment where that is allowed to happen, then everything is possible. Then there are really no limits out there. Everything is possible, right? And this is the energy, and this is the let's say the spirit that our students are always exposed to. They know that everything is possible. That doesn't mean that we do the job for them, right? They learn how to walk their talk by themselves, and they learn to become bold. They learn to be the bold being who they are.
Martina, it's so fascinating what you're saying. It's kind of futuristic education, but I can't get over the fact that your dream come true. Do you encourage the students to dream, or your the people you train, or your staff? I mean, do you encourage them to? It's like wishes being materialized, and they do sometimes. If you're strong enough.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Krishna. Right? I really believe it's about. This is also part of what we are doing, and we actually are believers in the dream, in the importance of the big dream. As I said before, I myself had a big dream when I was 5 years old. And I didn't know at the time that this was my destination, but it became my destination, and it will be my destination all my life, right? And this is what we actually help the students extrapolate. We help them extrapolate their dreams, and we also believe that their dreams can be manifested if they take one step at a time, and that's where we guide them through, right? Because dreams are there for a reason, and it's very often that we think that we learn this is just a dream, and it's not. It's not just a dream. It is the dream, and the dream may be the doorway to your why. Right? And
Martina, we're going to pick up on this when we come back. It's time for us to take a short break here at Relax Radio. And we'll be right back with Martina, and we'll pick up on this dream discussion when we return from the break.
If you want the most compelling, universally available platform in the practicing of meditation, mindfulness, and intermittent silence, then you need to know about the app called Relax.org. That's relax with 2 X's, because when you go to this app, you really do relax. It helps your body, quiets your mind, and connects you to your flame in the world of consciousness. It's always with you, so you can use it anytime. Isn't this your time to be peaceful, happy, and prosperous? Find out more at relax.org.
If you're looking for unique items at affordable prices, then you should try Dream Product. From apparel to beauty, from shoes to therapeutic relief products, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on Dream Products, and maybe your dreams might just come into reality.
Imagine living everyday life on purpose. Now imagine yourself easily navigating through life's changes and stress from a soul level. For insights into the journey of the human soul, let Dr. Krishna Bhatta be your guide. His book, Journey from Life to Life, will help you demystify life, death, and everything in between. It gives you clarity on how you can have a successful life and a smooth transition into the world beyond. Who wouldn't want that? Get Journey from Life to Life by Krishna Bhatta, MD, at Amazon.com.
You have too little time to shop, so try Farm Fresh to You. They deliver organic food the way nature intended, delivered straight to your home or office, economically. Visit our web advertiser page and click on Farm Fresh to You now.
Feel like the super person you are meant to be? It's easy at liveandbreathesolutions.com. They don't just talk about healthy living. Their superfoods are combined with products you use daily, so you're actually getting a healthy living at great prices, too. Imagine chocolate, gluten-free organic snacks, mixes, and ingredients, all but a click away at liveandbreathesolutions.com. So make life simple to be healthier. Just live and breathe and go to liveandbreathesolutions.com.
This is Jack Maher from the band Feed the Kitty. It's important to support the artists you love, and you can do that and get something authentic for yourself. Rock.com has the most coveted licensed merchandise of music, culture, and entertainment. So go to the advertiser page and click on Rock.com now.
Make your day start out right. Coffee and tea are what most people need to help start their day. So it's no secret that you want the very best taste. That's where coffeeandchai.com comes in. They're proud to display a variety of coffee and tea from all over the world. They have a wonderful assortment of coffee flavors, and talk about teas. They have all kinds for the body, mind, and soul, which are great to drink any time of day. Visit coffeeandchai.com now. That's coffee, the letter N, chai.com. coffeeandchai.com.
Welcome back to Relax Radio. This is Dan Reardon with co-host Dr. K and our guest, Martina. As we left the last segment, Martina was expanding on this concept of dreaming and the power of it with herself, her team, and the kids. And so I want to ask her to pick up on that and make sure we finish out the thought process on that topic.
Yeah, well, I just would like to emphasize the importance of dreams because the dreams are there for a reason. And the dreams actually are, as I said before, the doorway towards our why. And once the person is clear about his or her why, then there is a purpose in their lives, right? And that drives them, and that helps them actually undertake the different steps to go towards their why, or to just manifest their why. So that's why we nurture our students with regards to that, but not only our students, it's actually the entire community. It's the belief that we can manifest anything, and we put a lot of emphasis in also personal development with regards to that for not only the students but also for staff, because we all actually embrace this, right? So dreams are important. Dreams are there, and recurring dreams, they communicate with us. They wanna say something to the person, and we shouldn't neglect them.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Another concept that I wanted to make sure we got people to understand is the way you guys have, evaluate the students, and, there's always this overhang of grading and grades, and I remember, being terrified of going and looking at my grade posted on my teacher's wall kind of thing, and I know you guys have some pretty interesting concepts around the evaluation process, so I wanted to make sure you highlighted that and what you guys do.
Yeah, first of all, I think it's also related to how we see each student. So as I said also before, thank you for this, Dan, that you give me the opportunity to talk about that, because actually it's really that we want to say each student is unique, and we can't compare students among themselves. That's not fair, right? And grading actually brings in this kind of standardization. How can I standardize something that's not standardized? I mean, I can't standardize human beings, right? I can't do that because they are so different. And that's why we say we don't want to compare human beings among themselves. We don't want to nurture competition. It's not about competition. It's about actually looking at each single individual out from a space of what is the role or the purpose or the why of this human being, and each person brings in, let's say, their additions to the big picture. How do we assess? We assess differently, of course. We assess by looking first of all of where do we start from with this person? Where does the development take us? And we do a lot of we do not judge in the sense of this is good or bad. We just observe the development, the learning development of the youngster and the young human being, and we integrate also the assessment tool of reflection. So we invite our students themselves to reflect on their own, learning outcomes by using lots of different tools. It's not just by saying all the time, this is perfect, no. By guiding them through the process, and by helping them become the conscious observers of themselves as well. So it's conscious. It's all about being mindful about, have I given my best? Yeah. So self-reflection is based on that. Have I given my best? Have I integrated all the tools? Have I really looked into research questions enough? Have I done have I studied the resources effectively enough? Have I reached out to people? How did I approach the work? So it's self-reflection, it's peer reflection, it's of course also feedback by the teacher, and it's observation and it's portfolio, looking back. They create constantly new creations, and on the basis of that, we see how they develop, and they look back, and we look back with them. And on top of that, we mentor the students on a weekly basis. They get coaching sessions, individual coaching sessions, each of them, so that and there they get also a lot of feedback, and they are invited to, through guided questions, to really become reflective, conscious leaders of their lives, and also of their, in quotation mark, of their performance. And I don't like the word performance because it's really kind of tied a little bit to this notion of, competition. But it's more if I use the word competition in the way we see it, it's have I done the best with regards to what I would be capable to do. Yeah?
Yeah, that's a great way to position the word. Another way I read somewhere in your documentation was really developing and flourishing the uniqueness of each person. And that statement really struck me, of just really finding that unique thing within each unique person and really helping them flourish that and bring it out and letting it manifest it's just a wonderful way to look at it. And it makes me want to go back to like third grade again, Martina, and start again,
Oh, that's nice that you say it like that, because just yesterday I had a conversation with a new family joining us, right? And the mother said the same. She's in her mid-40s, and she said, "Oh, I would love to join you as well," because, and this is happening continuously, right? The parents love it once they embrace, of course, this unconventional approach, because giving space to the flourishing of the uniqueness of each person, of course, requires also being ready to go with unconventional ways, right? And if somebody is ready to go on a pathway which is a little bit less conventional, then we can give space. It's not an easy way forward, but it's doable. And a lot of dedication needs to go into this let's say, extrapolating process, But it's worth it. It's worth it, completely worth it.
Well, great. Well, we're going to take another short break here at Relax Radio, and we will be right back with Martina and talk about some moments with her.
Your world is colored with beliefs, values, and illusions, which interpret how you process the signals you receive from others. Now there's a way in which you can quickly learn how to interpret these signals correctly, and without self-sabotaging yourself in the process. In Dan Reardon's book, Signals Proven Methods will help you see things more clearly, so you can act with purpose and achieve your goals, while attaining a more peaceful, happy life. Get your copy of Signals by Dan Reardon today at Amazon.com or wherever fine books are sold.
This is Jack Maher from the band Feed the Kitty. It's important to support the artists you love, and you can do that and get something authentic for yourself. Rock.com has the most coveted licensed merchandise of music, culture, and entertainment. So go to the advertiser page and click on Rock.com now.
If you want the most compelling, universally available platform in the practicing of meditation, mindfulness, and intermittent silence, then you need to know about the app called Relax.org. That's relax with 2 X's, because when you go to this app, you really do relax. It helps your body, quiets your mind, and connects you to your flame in the world of consciousness. It's always with you, so you can use it any time. Isn't this your time to be peaceful, happy, and prosperous? Find out more at relax.org.
Get high-quality glasses, sunglasses, and prescription lenses at eyeglasses.com. Choose from over 250,000 items and 400 brands. Already have frames? Get replacement lenses. It's easy. Go to our advertiser page and click eyeglasses.com.
Imagine living everyday life on purpose. Now imagine yourself easily navigating through life's changes and stress from a soul level. For insights into the journey of the human soul, let Dr. Krishna Bhatta be your guide. His book, Journey from Life to Life, will help you demystify life, death, and everything in between. It gives you clarity on how you can have a successful life and a smooth transition into the world beyond. Who wouldn't want that? Get Journey from Life to Life by Krishna Bhatta, MD, at Amazon.com.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Welcome back to Relax Radio. I'm your host, Dan Reardon, with co-host Dr. K. And Dr. K is going to lead us in this dialogue with Martina in this segment. And Dr. K, take it away.
Thank you, Dan. Martina, it's so wonderful to have you here and, you sharing all these things. But one of the things, while we at Relax believe, I personally believe, we all have a spiritual corner in our hearts somewhere. And we all are looking for peaceful moments. Whether you meditate or not meditate, in Maine, they will go ice fishing and find peace there, or just walk in the woods and find peace. Switzerland is a beautiful country. I mean, tell us about some of the peaceful moments that you can share with us.
Well, thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Dr. K. I really like that because, as you rightly say, there is spirituality actually everywhere for me in life, and my magical and peaceful moments, I find them. And originally, I'm not from Switzerland. Originally, I'm from the wonderful Dolomites in the northern part of Italy. So I grew up in the mountains already. And anytime I'm actually going into nature, into the mountain areas, and while, hiking up a mountain where I follow the meditation of a number of different things at the same time. It's the meditation of the hiking in a certain rhythm. It's the meditation of the wonderful nature around us. And then and it's also the meditation of the sweating. I also believe it's that what I like a lot, this kind of a physical exhaustion, and then one comes up to the peak of the mountain and sees this huge, wonderful horizon around oneself, 360 degrees, where you just see that you are embedded in magic, in a universe that's so magical, and and that's those magical moments. And while having such magical moments, often details about whatever I want to create in my professional life or in personal life are coming alive, and then they manifest. It's sometimes it's really this kind of energy that comes and flows to one from beyond the so-called reality. So this is my magical approach to finding wonder and connectedness anytime.
No, I think what you touched is vastness of being on the top of a mountain, And I remember my moments when I was in the Himalayas. We were crossing about 13,000 or 15,000 or 18,000 feet. And once you are there, even though your breathing may be labored because you're not used to it, it's just sheer looking around is just amazing. I mean, just that feeling of vastness, as you say, is so peaceful. I mean,
Exactly, and it's like embracing. Anytime I'm up at the peak of a mountain, right? I feel I want to embrace everything. I want to embrace the entire world. I want to embrace. It's like I wanted to, if I wanted to fly off, right? It's just this, as you said, it's this kind of peacefulness and the arrival. It feels like I have arrived in peace. Yeah.
No, that's one of the things you mentioned that you do the walking meditation or hiking meditation. We have a component in our Relax app about jogging meditation. Once you get the rhythm, you just flow with it. I mean, can you expand on that, Martina? How do you do it if we have time, Dan?
Yes, we're good.
Yes. Okay. Well, it's just, being in the same rhythm and then also observing one's own breath and then and actually being open to embrace and to see and breathe in everything that is around oneself while walking. That's for me extremely powerful. It's this kind of
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, it's like it's this kind of being in the present, in the moment. It's really giving the moment the entire focus of your entire being. That's it.
Dan, you like walking. Can you share your thoughts about, peaceful walking or meditative walking?
Yeah, it is so similar to what I hear Martina describing, that I get into the forest or along the river or if I am in altitude with the vistas, but there's such energy that I feel coming off of the trees and off of the wind and off of the energy from the water that I really get bathed in that energy in a way that it just is so soothing to my entire being. I can just feel all of my stress and everything ratchet down, and the concept of intermittent silence, Dr. Bada, that you've brought into it has really helped me to a new level when I now sit for 10 minutes and just listen to nothing but hear everything. And what has been experienced through that process has kind of really brought a whole different level of the experiencing of that moment or moments in nature. So, Martina, I love your description of when you get up on that vista and how you just want to embrace it all, and it really is that feeling, and those tall mountains are just amazing.
Thank you. Yes, Sam. I think we have so many things in common, right?
Yeah, it is a fun and interesting exploration as we all get to know each other. Well, listen, it is time for us to take another break at Relax Radio, but we will be back with our final segment with Martina. Please join us.
Explore your inner universe with your own portable guru. You'll discover the benefits of intermittent silence, meditation, and mindfulness, which will help you in every area of your life. At relax.org, you'll learn to conserve, channel, and use your energy in constructive ways while helping to keep your body healthy and your mind relaxed. Relax.org is your chance to consistently experience stress-free, purposeful living at its best. Where is this portable guru? At relax.org. That's relax with 2 X's. Feel like the super person you are meant to be? It's easy at liveandbreathesolutions.com. They don't just talk about healthy living. Their superfoods are combined with products you use daily, so you're actually getting a healthy living at great prices, too. Imagine chocolate, gluten-free organic snacks, mixes, and ingredients, all but a click away at liveandbreathesolutions.com. So make life simple to be healthier. Just live and breathe and go to liveandbreathesolutions.com. Your world is colored with beliefs, values, and illusions, which interpret how you process the signals you receive from others. Now there's a way in which you can quickly learn how to interpret these signals correctly and without self-sabotaging yourself in the process. In Dan Reardon's book, Signals Proven Methods will help you see things more clearly so you can act with purpose and achieve your goals while attaining a more peaceful, happy life. Get your copy of Signals by Dan Reardon today at Amazon.com or wherever fine books are sold. Imagine living everyday life on purpose. Now imagine yourself easily navigating through life's changes and stress from a soul level. For insights into the journey of the human soul, let Dr. Krishna Bhatta be your guide. His book, Journey from Life to Life, will help you demystify life, death, and everything in between. It gives you clarity on how you can have a successful life and a smooth transition into the world beyond. Who wouldn't want that? Get Journey from Life to Life by Krishna Bhatta, MD, at Amazon.com.
More exhilarating talk. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back to Relax Radio. I'm your host, Dan Reardon, with co-host Dr. K and Martina, our guest. We're going to have a discussion in this segment around how they're using meditation and mindfulness techniques and some other things in the school. Dr. K, go ahead and lead us into this discussion.
Thanks, Dan, and it's so glad to have you, Martina. And you mentioned briefly about teaching meditation and mindfulness to kids. Our app, Relax, works in the field of achieving higher purpose. We have a concept of body, mind, and the flame of consciousness. Development of all of these 3 components we feel is important. Conventionally, education system focuses on body and mind. It seems you are touching the inner universe component of the kids. Can you share more about it? Okay, go ahead, Martina.
Yes, well, thank you for this question, Dr. K, and I really believe that's one of the key aspects that is unique about School Beyond Limitations as well. That's where the holistic part comes in, and we do start each day more or less with meditation, whether the students are 4 years of age or whether they are 17. They're just exposed to a nurturing environment where we want them. Not want them, we invite them. It's no force, right? But they then integrate it into their being anyway. For instance, today again, I had this conversation with this one mother who said to me, the 5-year-old boy, he is now starting to meditate by himself because it's just become part of him, right? And he sits down. Of course, the meditation and the mindfulness exercises with 5 and 4 and 6 years old is shorter than the one with the older ones. And it's not always, it's not about the length. It's about the effectiveness, and we offer different styles of meditation so that they are able to find their own best way, what meditation helps them best. Sometimes it's a guided meditation, sometimes it's a meditation that is only based on the observation of the breath. Sometimes, it's a meditation that takes them into into a silent moment where we invite them just to go within. Sometimes it's guided through music. Sometimes it's guided by the students themselves. So we even pass the lead on to the students because they have. Sometimes it's based on smell. Sometimes it's based on other sensorial activities. It's really a variety of styles, a variety of concepts, but the basic is so that for us that the students integrate that into their being, that they see the value of it. And they do see the value. They may not do it for 10 or 15 minutes, but they understand that by breathing in, by becoming calm, they reconnect with their inner being and with something that goes beyond that. And that gives them the possibility of feeling safe, of appreciating what is, and that's the starting point where, so to say, the students then are ready to work on other topics there, on other aspects thereafter, because they are connected with themselves. So that's the base. That's the intention also for us that we use meditation and mindfulness exercises.
Oh, that sounds fascinating. It will be interesting to know how the parents take it. Have they kind of accepted it and maybe started dabbling into meditation, or have you heard anything from the parent side about it?
Absolutely. Well, being such an unconventional school like we are, we already attract parents who are open for that, right? There are parents, certain parents are actually practice such strategies themselves. So for them, it's not new. They actually embrace it and they are happy about that. And others are on their way of their own personal growth. So the majority of our parents are open for that. Otherwise, they wouldn't even come to us probably, because we do not attract parents who would not see that as a valuable aspect of their children's growth, right? Because we are into the holistic growth of the human being, not only the intellectual, and as you said before, the intellectual and the physical growth. It's the entire being. And so, yes, with regards to your question, I can say our parents are very much in line what we are doing, and they know from the very beginning that this is part of it, and that's why they also choose us, because this is how and what distinguishes us from other schools, right? That's what is unique about our school context. And it's not, meditation, so to say, mindfulness is not only a lesson aside or in addition. It's embedded in the DNA of School Beyond Limitations. It's part of it.
No, that sounds wonderful. Dan, Rose is in teaching area as well, right? I mean, she had some experience in kids and having them such exercise, right?
Yeah, they've definitely used and have used and use various forms of it. And one particular school, the principal was very embedded in the practice, and they started every day with 5 to 10 minutes silence and meditation moment, and then they did it again in the middle of the day. And the kids in the school was, very relaxed environment. The stress levels were down, and everybody was more calm, and it was a great experience. So we've definitely seen it in action in that kind of environment. Well, we are at the end of our time for today, and Martina, this was just wonderful having you on the show. Really appreciate you taking the time, and we know it's late in Switzerland for you, so we know you stayed up late to be a part of our show, so we really appreciate that and look forward to watching your school continue to flourish and grow. And this concept of everyone is a conscious leader of themselves is just a fantastic one for us all to walk away today with. So thanks for joining us. You can find this and other shows on demand at healthylife.net, and you can also find out more about us at REALAXX.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dr. Kay, for having me.
Thank you.
Feel like the super person you are meant to be? It's easy at liveandbreathesolutions.com. They don't just talk about healthy living. Their superfoods are combined with products you use daily, so you're actually getting a healthy living at great prices, too. Imagine chocolate, gluten-free organic snacks, mixes, and ingredients, all but a click away at liveandbreathesolutions.com. So make life simple to be healthier. Just live and breathe and go to liveandbreathesolutions.com.
ASMC, the premier German company that supplies everything for adventure, from outdoor clothes to outdoor gear, even backpacks. Lots of quality and lots of specials. To start your adventure, go to healthylife.net's advertiser page and click on ASMC.
Make your day start out right. Coffee and tea are what most people need to help start their day. So it's no secret that you want the very best taste. That's where coffeeandchai.com comes in. They're proud to display a variety of coffee and tea from all over the world. They have a wonderful assortment of coffee flavors, and talk about teas. They have all kinds for the body, mind, and soul, which are great to drink any time of day. Visit coffeeandchai.com now. That's coffee, the letter N, chai.com. coffeeandchai.com.
Uplifting talk. healthylife.net.
Your world is colored with beliefs, values, and illusions, which interpret how you process the signals you receive from others. Now there's a way in which you can quickly learn how to interpret these signals correctly, and without self-sabotaging yourself in the process. In Dan Reardon's book, Signals Proven Methods will help you see things more clearly, so you can act with purpose and achieve your goals, while attaining a more peaceful, happy life. Get your copy of Signals by Dan Reardon today at Amazon.com or wherever fine books are sold. If you want the most compelling, universally available platform in the practicing of meditation, mindfulness, and intermittent silence, then you need to know about the app called Relax.org. That's relax with 2 X's, because when you go to this app, you really do relax. It helps your body, quiets your mind, and connects you to your flame in the world of consciousness. It's always with you, so you can use it any time. Isn't this your time to be peaceful, happy, and prosperous? Find out more at relax.org.